so it begins. So I've done this before. I've streamed this game before. I'm breaking my own rules of playing one JRPG at a time. Also, I don't actually know how loud this will be. Everything is so blue? No, none of that. None of that, Max. Also, you should have spoken up earlier because I was weighing this or jumping into F-Zero so I could die. But I can do F-Zero another day. That's fine. But so as I said, I've done this before, but I did it with an emulator, and since then I've actually picked up physical copies of all of these discs, and we're gonna start from the very beginning. What's up, Mr. JRPG? You showed up at an amazing time because we're just gonna start the game. But I do need to know how the volume is for you guys. If it needs to go up or down. What's up, Mr. C? And I know we're not done with Xenogears yet, but I figure I can do both. They're technically unrelated storylines of the same universe. You're right, the Xenoverse. That's correct. I'm doing good, Mr. C. I've been live for about 5 hours now, and I'm diving into this.
Concentrate on the northern cliff tomorrow. The ground there is hard, so be careful when you dig.
Yes, sir.
Doctor! Dr. Masuda!
What is it? Did you find something?
Yeah, we followed the corridor from the lakeside. It matches the location described in the
That must
research
be it.
paper.
Good. Show us where it is.
Is the audio okay for you guys?
It's different from the others.
I knew it!
It's over there.
Sounds good, awesome.
This must be...
Alright, who has questions? Random curiosity. Your thoughts on Shion? I am okay with her, but I recall back when I played it a long time ago, she got a lot of hate. Eound my circles. What? My main question is, as always, why did we only get Xenosaga Episode 2 over here and not the others?
Commencing startup experiment. Open up an interconnection.
Renee's, I can't help you with that.
Roger. Opening interconnection. Connecting with dummy protocol.
I mean, in the States?
A-line protocol zone secured.
Opening cage partition. 60 seconds
In
to
the States, we
release.
only got heavily,
Countdown. 57, 56, 55, 54.
what do you call them?
53, 52, 51.
Ah, words. Censored versions, there we go. Like needlessly censored versions of the game. Thank you, Mr. C. Yes. You got the word I was trying to... was having problems with. Well, he's dead.
All monitors clear.
3, 2, 1. Partition open. Proceeding with Cosmos body formation.
Renee's mainly blood is what they censored out of it.
Body formation.
And like that whole
Penfield mapping.
scene with, I can't remember the bad guy's name, and Momo, which was super creepy by design, because he's a villain, but
Proceeding with Encephalon construction.
Mapping percentage at 76, 77, 78.
Encephalon construction complete.
There's noise appearing in the temporal lobe.
What's the problem?
It's on the left side of the temporal lobe. I'm showing slight stimulation of the synapses in section 818. It's within permissible bounds, though. Do you want to abort?
No. Let's keep going. Just stick to the menu. I'll try for a direct approach. Back me up.
Roger. Launching Nataraja connection system.
But Mr. JRPG, you're... apparently she got a lot of hate around your circles back in the day. And I can kind of see where that's coming from. Like, she does not make good decisions. She's kind of a sociopath. As regards her character. But again, I think that's also by design, so... And Max, no, they didn't go the 4Kids route. They just completely removed any and all blood. Because why not, I guess. I'm trying not to talk over the game.
Password accepted. Commencing Nataraja boot up sequence.
But you kill certain enemies and they basically just like explode. So I don't know what they want us to think at this point. Why do you keep saying everything is blue? I'm not clicking your link, man.
Alan, there seems to be a problem with the visual field connection.
Ah, I see a small break in the MT field, route K12. It looks like the bi-directional link in the V4 field is lagged too. Hold on a minute. I'll fix it now. How is it now, Chief?
Okay. Looks good. Let's keep going.
Roger. Proceeding with Cosmos host separation.
I'm not clicking your link, Max. I know it's a jape. You do nothing but give me jape links.
Morning, Cosmos. How do you feel?
Actually, you should pioneer that as a
Good
website.
morning, Xian. All systems are normal.
Well, how about introducing yourself?
japelinks.org.
I am an anti-gnosis humanoid fighting system, serial number 0000000001. Development name KPX, abbreviated name Cosmos. As I am currently configured for simulated battle, my output is limited to 22% of its normal capacity. My estimated weapon specifications are...
All right, that's good enough. Thanks.
You are welcome.
All I have for you today are the usual startup tests. Sorry to wake you up just for that. You'll have to go back to sleep once everything's checked out.
I see.
Do you feel sad or anything?
A predetermined set of emotions has been hard-coded into my emotion module to better facilitate interactions with humans. In order to better facilitate a relationship with you, Chief Engineer Shion Uzuki of the Cosmos Project, Vector Industries' first R&D division, I will emit an expression such as sadness only when that response is deemed necessary. However, the emotion module of my program has determined that this is not necessary at this time.
I guess you're right. I, of all people, should know that.
Your understanding is appreciated.
But you know, Cosmos, I've got mixed feelings about all this. Of course, I'm happy that you're awake, but the fact that you'll go back to sleep makes me a bit sad. On the other hand, the next time you wake up, it may be a time of much bloodshed. So deep down inside, I hope that day never comes. Understand?
The algorithms I have been programmed with do not support the comprehension of illogical human thought.
Well, I hope you'll be able to understand someday.
I will do my best.
All right, Cosmos, shall we get started? Alan, let's pick up from process 277 where we last left off.
Roger. Placing target drones in the encephalon. The drones are set to random movement and enemy ambush. How about a test run before the mission, Chief?
Sure, let's do that. Did you get that, Cosmos?
Affirmative.
So on further reflection, Mr. JRPG, I think a lot of the hate that gets levied at Shion is it's twofold. Like, one, there's the issue with her character and her responses and behavior in situations, and then on the other hand, it's because she's underwhelming in battle until you build her up to being useful. And even then, like, she's still a bit underwhelming. So, like, combine those two things in a game where there's only 6 characters, and yeah, you're gonna hate her. Do I need this tutorial? I guess I don't. I vaguely remember how this game works, right? I hope. You did not catch the second part, got sidetracked. Ah, that's alright, Mr. JRPG. I was saying that, like, her underwhelming performance in combat, just across the board, and her personality, doesn't do her any favors. So I do understand why a lot of people don't like her as a character. At least in this first episode. Second and third, I have no idea.
Locked on.
Oh yeah, poor Alan. Punch him. I guess I could have punched him again, but yeah, punch him again. Still not dead, huh? There we go. Oops. No, none of that. Maybe the tutorial would have been helpful.
Charging. Hard cannon.
Now you know.
The enemies have been exterminated.
I think I do remember. And loading. And loading. Come on. Don't do this to me.
All processes to 300 cleared.
Chief, the data transfer is going smoothly. The A-line protocol is looking
Hey, Kylor.
It sure is.
Uh,
The response levels are really good.
yeah, I
If we
do
can
know how to
maintain
stat
these
max.
levels, we'll have some
And it
great
is a pain in the
results.
ass, and I'm not really going to do that so
Yeah.
much. It's a lot of menu
Chief?
management.
Hey, Alan. Let's skip all 300 level processes and start from 400.
That sounds safe.
Huh? 400? Chief, but that's...
I feel pretty confident this time.
But, Chief... Remember what happened last time? Had we waited 10 more seconds to intervene, we wouldn't have been able to get you back at all. Can't we at least test it out in objective mode?
You know we can't get precise data that way. I'll be fine. If something happens, I'll get myself out. Besides, you want to test it out as well, don't you? We spent all night building the native A-line protocol.
Well, yeah, but...
That settles it. Let's get started.
Alright then. But if anything happens, I'm gonna shut it down from here. So don't press your luck.
All right, all right.
And don't deviate from the program.
Okay, Mom.
Jeez, this is so typical of her. Will she ever stop to think about the hell I go through for her?
No, she won't.
No, sir. The way you worry about Chief Uzuki all the time. I'm surprised you haven't keeled over already.
Hey, that's enough. Is the 400 level program ready to go?
We're ready to go anytime.
Then start up the program. I want detailed reports from every monitoring station. Any abnormalities, and I'm shutting down immediately.
Huh, there's actually like distance blur. That was not when, sorry, last time I played this it was through an emulator and it did not emulate some of the finer details. Which is interesting. I beg your pardon? I didn't do that. Funky controller. So you keep it legal for the features, thief. For all the features. Oh, okay, I got you. I understand. But if I keep it legal, I can't use save states. And I need the help. Let's see here. Just punch him. No, no one said illegal, Max. Don't go all Skyrim guard on us.
Who would have thought one of Miyuki's inventions would come in handy?
Throw a bucket on Max's head. Yeah, Elder Scrolls is a rabbit hole I could go down. I don't really know that I want to, though. Okay, dude. Oh, that was Skyrim guards. Ah, whatever.
Your orders,
Oblivion, Skyrim. Unlike my less intelligent Skyrim guards, buckets won't stop you from paying the fine. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Charging our blades.
I apologize, every now and again you're going to see a hiccup because
The enemies have been
it's the price of
exterminated.
converting component input to HDMI. So it will not be flawless capturing, but you know, we reduce it to what it is. Open the thing. Thank you. Thank you, Shion. Jeez. I forget she doesn't actually have a heal, does she? At least probably not yet. Never mind. She totally does. That's right. I didn't realize that she had any abilities because I didn't know how to use the menus the first time I played this. That was entertaining for everyone but me.
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
This actually looks pretty good to you. Yeah, welcome to here, Interceptor. You know, I felt like it was necessary. Don't question it, just... You're still tipsy. Interesting. Why are you tipsy? What if I just shoot it once? That's good, right? There we go. And then this is completely unnecessary damage to kill it. I'm starting my own stream in a big and I want to be here. I'm tipsy because you had a beer. Oh, well, alright. Tell me something I don't know, Dad.
Who would have thought one of Miyuki's inventions would come in
I think you
handy?
meant in a bit, but... Oh, 2 beers. Big spender. Yo, beer does sound good. Next cutscene, I'm gonna have to go get one. I'm glad you're enjoying your evening, Interceptor. And I'm sorry you can't be here because you have to go un-F the world in FF6. No, 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 no. You'll be here for a little. Okay, that's fair.
Target locked
Really
on.
compelling dungeon theme right here. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I recently played... Mr. C knows about this. I recently played a neat little game that was inspired by the Xenoverse. Obviously, it's early development team. For a young development team. And it's... they have a background theme that is literally just like the occasional click-clack on a keyboard and then a loud beep. And it repeats so often. It's great. That's what always bugged me on Xenosaga 1. Lack of dungeon music and small soundtrack. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know, you kind of... It draws what music there is into a sharper relief, if that makes sense. So, like, I don't really mind the lack of music. Do it again. Kill it. Nice. Guess I'm getting the points.
Great. I collected some good data.
I mean, the existing music for this, I mean, half of it was actually performed by the London Symphony Orchestra. So it's like super high quality compared to so many other games of this time.
Cosmos, let's go.
I noticed a lack of music mostly in open world games, and I don't notice it then because there's so much to explore. I mean, that's fair, but... Yep, this guy has to die now. Remember, this was supposed to be a 6-episode series, but things did not pan out. Yeah.
I collected some
Well, I mean, technically it was supposed to be a 5-episode series because they considered Xenogears to be episode 5. So, but I mean, I know exactly what you meant, Mr. JRPG. I have a bad tendency to play games with music off. Ugh, why would you do that? I mean, okay, depends on the game. Like, if... I will admit, having spent way too much time in MMOs, that after a certain point, you just don't care for that music anymore. And so you supplant it with your own. But like, stuff like this, which was designed around the music, I mean, I feel like that's heresy. Why would you do that?
All battle systems are go.
If you love the music so much, why don't you marry it? Interceptor, please don't ban yourself tonight. I'm vaguely remembering how to play this. I'm already supposed to marry the Legend of Zelda series. Alright, okay. But I feel like this would still take priority, though.
Great! I collected some good data.
Oh, you know what's great? That the emulation doesn't let you do? All the save points work. You've missed a lot while you were away, it seems. Only in chat, Max. Never mind. The harbinger of my destruction has arrived.
All battle systems are go.
Yes, yes. Throw the eggs. Yeah, we'll hold off for now. Ow! Alright, that was rude.
Charging. Our cannon.
Okay, so you guys just told me about an option that I can't use. So that's nice of you. It's Cinco de Mayo this weekend, margarita time. Oh. Is it this weekend? What day is today? It's like the 3rd, right? Huh. Oh, let's see here. I just hit the thing. Good job, you hit the thing.
All systems clear.
Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo is Sunday. I'm not excited because it's not a federal holiday, and on federal holidays I make 8 hours on top of whatever I normally make.
Status check.
I don't see anything unusual. All systems are stable. It's looking good.
Oh, I can get a beer. I'll be right back.
Up for last month.
I sure hope so. Cosmos has reached the checkpoint. Entering process 431.
Replacing targets with Type G drones. Commencing display.
Oh yeah, the whole stealth thing. Work. Don't send me back to the... Don't send me back to the thing. Yes. A save point that works. Magical. Oops. Actually, I probably don't have enough T-points to really... Oh, yes I do. Never mind. And she can't use anything. Interesting. Was there a point to that? I don't feel like there was. Ah, well. Let's go down first. Oh, hello, robot.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I think punching these things doesn't do a whole lot. Never mind, let's try it instead. It still doesn't do a whole lot. Shoot it! Well, this is less than ideal. Punching failed? That impossible. I'm so glad you guys support my brand to such a ridiculous degree. Dang it. Shoot. Well, we need to be able to kill it. Thank you for the bits, Interceptor. I appreciate that. You are leading in bits. Uncontested. Stop shooting her. Holy crap. Well, now I have to fix this. That is not a lot of health. What if I just killed this middle one instead? To be fair, I got the bits solely to support Max. Everyone else who gets bits is just a bonus. Ouch. Thank you. Somebody dodges. It's kind of bad that I'm like more than half dead after the first save point in the game. But nobody ever said this game was easy.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be clean.
Oh, heck yeah! Mr. C's taking the crown! Thank you, Mr. C. I appreciate that. Whoa, fight it out. That's ogre battle for y'all. You guys are nuts. Where should I take my son for lunch tomorrow? Wife's going to an escape house tomorrow and needs someone to watch him. Why don't they just put him in a different room of the escape house? Or is that too easy? Oh look, a non-pixelate PCs. That's new. What's up, Shadow? You missed the opening sequence, but the opening sequence of this game doesn't actually tell you anything other than 4,000 years ago, humanity discovered a Zohar, and it's what launched them into the space age. And we're at this point where we're at now. We've kind of forgotten where Earth is. You know, I feel like these guys did it first, but. What's this? Oh, we got the mission key. You got the blue key. That thing looks horrifying. You're on the edges of getting the F out of work and going home. I'm glad to hear that, man. Why does this feel like Metroid? You know, it kind of does in a certain respect. It has that, like, survival, that alien survival kind of vibe to it. Gonna lurk for a bit, then you'll be back in like 20 for my own stream. Alright, Interceptor, enjoy your stream. You'll be more sober when you're back. I don't believe you. Lurking on your face.
Here we go.
Cosmos is in this one, Shadow. This is where she came from. This is, well, it's the first one.
What's going on?
A brand new network is being created within the Cosmos mainframe. We've never had a reaction like this before. This is incredible. I've never seen a net grow so fast. Look at it, sir. Portions of the encephalon map are evolving. What the?
Alan, I'm going to engage the target. Make sure you capture all the data.
What? You cannot engage right now. You're tapped into Cosmos perception. It's too unstable.
Don't worry. We can pull it off.
What do you mean, don't worry? Chief?
Does she have her boob lasers? That what? Is that a thing? I don't believe that's a thing.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
Oh, that did nothing. Alright, I should probably use her eggs. And not if she dies first, though. Oh, it's fine. She just got hit. So wait, when you say boob lasers, do you mean high beams? I'm going to hell. She opens up a port in her chest and shoots a giant laser. No, she does that with her abdomen in this one. Not that that makes so much of a difference, really, but... Oh. Physical works better on this guy. Weird. I didn't say it, you did. Holy crap, that was More than half of the boss's health bar. And I did not expect him to die.
Enemies have been exterminated.
Okay, normally it's her chest. But this is the first game in the series, and it's not normally her chest. Maybe it is later.
So far, so good. Shift target to real mode. We'll test the Hilbert effect.
What? Chief, you're supposed to follow the program.
Cosmos, activate Hilbert.
Roger. Activating Hilbert effect.
I knew this would happen! Status! This is bad. Something's wrong in the encephalon. The whole thing could collapse at any moment.
What? What about the chief? Chief, you're in danger. Get out of there.
Whoa, boobs, I think the scientific word is breasticles.
Chief,
Yes,
Nerve impulses
the
in
most
the
scientific of words, Mr. C.
that's enough. Shut it down. Pull her out of there now.
Roger. Entering shutdown command. It's been rejected. The chief's overriding us. We can't control it from here. What?
10 seconds to encephalon collapse. Sir!
Damn it.
You know, I'm really curious about this game's gameplay to cinematic ratio, and if it beats Metal Gear Solid.
Chief.
What's the storyline for this one again? Oh man,
Chief. Are you all right?
you're kind of looking at it.
Thanks. Did I push my luck a little too far this time? Alan?
You can't keep doing this, Chief. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Sorry about that. But I bet the data's really good.
Overhunter, I have played this one before. This is the only one of the three that I've played before. And I'm playing it now so that I have save data to move on to 2 and then 3.
Hmm? Oh,
Because
it's
I
nothing.
finally have physical
Well, we better
discs
get started
for all
on
3
my
of these
data.
games.
Today's our deadline, so I'm sure they'll be asking for it soon.
Attention please. We are scheduled to gate out in approximately 3 minutes. All hands, please return to your designated areas immediately. Once again, attention please. We are scheduled to gate out.
In my opinion, the series gets a bit darker towards the end. I mean, I'm here for it. This is already pretty dark. Really, Shadow? I know we're in space. That wasn't what I was referring to. The arc of this first game is already pretty dark.
All ships, gate out complete.
Shifting main engine to stealth mode. Maintaining current speed until sector withdrawal.
Exit from current space set at absolute time 1300 on the 22nd.
7 hours, 16 minutes, and 30 seconds to withdrawal.
Next UMN column in 7 hours, 36 minutes. All gate jumps from other sectors will remain offline until then.
So many anime voice actors I recognize.
So, we're almost home.
Yes, sir. Our final gate jump is at the next column. We're almost there.
We made it this far, we'll be fine. The odds of contact between columns is statistically low. Besides, this asteroid field we're in is perfect for hiding the fleet from them.
Huh. So Pollyanna thinks those asteroids are going to protect us.
I'm sorry, sir.
A bit testy today, aren't we, Commander? Huh? Is something wrong?
No.
You dare defy the mustache
Ever
of
since we
command?
picked up that object 10 days ago, everyone's been a bit jumpy. And we still have a ways to go before we hit comm space. I can empathize with the commander.
Captain, can you, debrief us on the current situation?
You know, Camilla,
Our
welcome
original
back.
orders from the Galaxy Federation were to
I can
investigate
appreciate
the
that some of my
vanished
streams are so
system
calming and
researchers.
chill that you guys
Ever
just
since
fall
we
right
picked
to
up
sleep.
that object, it feels like everything's changed. What exactly is that thing anyway?
Who knows? I haven't heard a thing from the research team. But, as I mentioned before, apparently they're after the object too. That's unofficial info, of course.
What about the rumor regarding the casualties during the retrieval process?
Even if it were true, that's none of our business. The research team has their own orders to deal with. The only explicit instructions we've received state that should any salvageable objects exist in the area, their retrieval takes top priority.
Top priority? What does that mean?
What it means is, over our very lives.
Now, no need to scare them. Those orders merely reflect the importance of this operation to the Galaxy Federation government, that's all. Just stay sharp and be careful.
That makes sense, sir. The entire fleet was renovated for this mission. Besides, if there's an emergency, we've got the trump card to fall back on.
Ah, yes. Speaking of which, what's the latest on that situation?
They're scheduled to turn in the A7 reports today.
A7, eh? Only one step away from fully operational. About time, I suppose. Lieutenant, please ask Chief Uzuki to come to the bridge once her data's ready. Ask her to bring all the previous data as well.
Yes, sir.
What trump card? Was he referring to that battle android?
That's right. You didn't know?
Wow, so it's true.
Hey, I heard that project's really behind schedule.
You can't blame them. There were casualties during their last boot-up test 2 years ago. They're being more careful this time.
It's hard to believe they're making an android in this day and age. The only place I've ever seen them is in old space novels.
Well, trump card or not, it's still an experiment. And it ain't like one android's gonna make that much of a difference. The whole project's just a chance for those Vector guys to show off. Someone's outdated hobby, that's all.
I heard that even their commercial models differ greatly between those that have seen action and those that haven't.
They say ignorance is bliss. Looks like they were right.
Commander?
I'm just envious, that's all.
Okay. What does that mean? Oh, the headache is actually what put you to sleep. Okay. I understand.
Sure. I'll be there in 30 minutes.
They certainly didn't waste any time.
See? I'm usually right about these things.
Chief Uzuki,
Here's the data you requested. Will that be all?
Thanks.
You were right, Shadow.
This should be good enough.
This is a JRPG. There's always an event
I'll take care of the rest.
that wipes out the starting cast. Always. Always happens. Not always, but most of them do that.
Chief, do you have a second?
Yes?
The military is expecting actual field data for Cosmos. Is it right for us to keep giving them simulated data like this?
Well, I must admit, you got me there. But honestly, if it were up to me, I'd keep her here, safe in her dream world, forever.
But why are you so afraid to put her to real work when you push her so hard in the simulations? I can't wait to see
Because
Cosmos
she
up and
kills
function.
people.
Couldn't you at least try taking her up to phase 3?
Excuse me. I'm spoiling the plot.
That should be no problem for her by now.
Phase 3 in a simulated battle config? Come on. We're not about to wake our little princess for that. Here's a summary of Cosmos main equipment from the 2nd Division. This should help you with the guys upstairs.
Thanks. I'm sure it will.
By the way, why is Chief secretly thick? Get out of my chat. Why would you say that? Well, now I have to investigate. The thick police have arrived. We await Mr. C's deliberation. Actually, I think I have something for this. Hang on a second. Where is... Yes, there it is. And it's right where I thought it would be. Alright. So, awaiting his deliberation. Things could get amusing. It's not nanomachines, Max. This game doesn't have any nanomachines. And I'm not going to read all the NPC dialogue because there is a lot of it. We'll see about that. Wait, why am I diving in the seat? You know what? I would like to leave. I did not mean to come in here. Pretty sure the stuff in there would actually kill me. Ain't no secret about that thickness. Oh, well, as you have heard, ladies and gentlemen.
Extra thick!
Give me back my bits. I might have to. Valuable info. Oh. It's a red vector box inside the encephalon, right? We put a little something in there for you to show our appreciation for all your hard work. Well... Ah! Now I have to go back. Oh, so I've burned you with Shion's thickness, but you'll forgive me if I provide you with some...
Nanomachine, son!
Alright. Why, why are you giving us... Why are you giving us a diatribe on nanomachines? I question my own sanity. This seems like a good way to die, but they touted items. I want those items. Whatever it is. Oh, because you love that clip. That's fair. Oh. You stay there. Alright, this wasn't so bad, actually. What if they didn't actually like their boss, and this was just a death trap for her? Battle passport. What if I don't know what the battle passport is? Go beat up the Roy bot? Yeah, I did. I picked up the box. What do you want from me, lady? Can I not? Oh. Huh. That entire section of map just exists for her. Good to know.
All right, see you later.
Okay, good luck.
Alan and his sad wave.
Well, back to work.
You know, it is actually unsettling how little music there is at times. It was a very interesting choice that they made. But on the other hand, you wouldn't get to hear all these nice machine noises. Oh no. The email system. Okay. This is a lot of information really quick. Endgame. No, Interceptor, we just got here. Latest model of connection gear, the Rios. Lady, you know you're talking to a rabbit, right? Traffic infrastructure via leaps in space. Okay. And the other role is an information source that uses a large decentralized network system. Oh, awesome. So the people who run Microsoft Office also run our transportation network. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Yes, yes, you're telling me about how to look at my email. Oh, Interceptor showed up for her own, yeah, she's doing her own thing, so if you want to watch FF6, you know, check her out. I'm actually going to lurk on her channel. Make sure it is muted. It is. Good. Oh yeah, you're multi-streaming, Max. Look, I'm not good at promotion, alright? I appreciate that, Mr. C. I mean, there's a reason that I don't, like, say things like, oh, check me out on the YouTube, or like and subscribe. I would rather sandblast my kneecaps. Like, if you enjoy the things that I do, you're going to take interest and, you know, follow the logical course of taking interest in the things that I do. I shouldn't have to remind you or tell you, or... And if I do tell you, then more than likely I'm appealing to your spite to not do the thing that I want you to do. Although, I don't really give a shit, so that's part of it. Well, don't sandblast your kneecaps. Keep that sandblaster away from me. I said I'd rather, not that I'm going to. That is exactly how I feel about telling people to subscribe. There you go. Thank you, Camilla.
What do you mean? Hey, what are you smiling at? Hurry up and get back to work.
I'm on it. See how he always changes the subject?
What was that, Togashi?
Nothing at all, sir. You're just hearing things.
I swear. Huh? What's up? Still not convinced?
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just...
I know how you feel, but you saw what happened just now. Even the chief is cautious sometimes. Besides... Oh, that's right. You just transferred in a month ago, right? I guess you couldn't have known.
You mean the accident from 2 years ago? I've heard about it, but I don't know any details.
Oh, right. Oh, man, not again. Oh, well.
Perfect. Now the two of you can be alone. Why don't you ask her out while you're at it? We can handle the rest by ourselves.
This is your big chance.
I told you guys it's not like that. Crying out loud. Anyway, I'd better get this to her.
Good luck!
Yeah.
Go, Tiger!
I've gotten used to when other big YouTubers saying it.
Jeez, they just don't know when to quit. It's not like I don't want to. I just can't.
Shut up, Alan. Nobody cares. So it doesn't bother me when others do, but I don't really think it does anything. I mean, we know what it does. Like, I want to give a huge middle finger to anybody who tells me to do something. Which is just part of my innate charm, I guess.
You're slacking off. And you. And you. You're all a bunch of slackers.
Oh, some of my favorite
Listen up.
cutscenes.
You lazy bums are the cause of that accident. You're not getting any time to confess your sins, though. Why not? Because I'm not giving it to you. If you got time to be sorry, you got time to get your ass in gear. If you got time to think, You've got time to get your fingers moving. Don't even start thinking you got a brain to think with. You're gonna become machines and work like them day and night.
He is not wearing partial blackface.
Bunch of slackers.
I know this is a Japanese-made game,
Boy, I
but they
guess
know the
not
difference
every
between black and
department's run
purple.
like ours.
I think when it comes to that sort of stuff, it's an aesthetic thing. You do the thing that the people that do the thing do. When it comes to creative content like this, it's easy to get a strong feeling of imposter syndrome. I agree with that, Mr. C. I mean, like, my whole deal is just, I'm gonna play games, and if you like the games I play, you know, you'll hang around.
You're still here, huh? Killing yourself over work won't get you very far.
It was purple, Max.
Oh. How are you? I had to get this data done before morning, so Well, what are you doing here so late, Kevin? You'd better get some sleep. We've got an early morning ahead.
Here, this is for you.
Huh? Oh, thank you.
But to get a following, if that's one's goal, then you gotta do the thing. But I think Punch and I are similar in that it's like, I play these games and my friends
To tell you
hang.
the truth, I haven't been able to sleep lately.
Yeah.
Something's been on my mind.
On your mind?
Tomorrow she's finally going to wake up. I'm looking forward to seeing her come to life, but I have no idea what to say to her when she wakes up. It's been bothering me. I'm just being weird, huh?
Why don't you just say, "Good morning, Cosmos"?
Good morning?
Well, that's what you say to someone when they wake up, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks. I think I can finally get some sleep now.
Glad to help, sir.
You should get some rest too.
All right.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, having your goals out there makes it easier to have a healthy relationship with this stuff. I mean, I'm just...
Yeah. Everybody's so eager
This
to
is fun for me. And I get to show you guys the stuff that I love, so... That doesn't bode well. I mainly do it so I can say "get that butt" out loud. This is why we're good friends, Mr. C. We don't take anything seriously. probably don't want to do that.
Look out! Watch it, you slacker! Only authorized personnel are allowed up here. I've had 3 people vanish on me already. Get the hell out of here! My men will start slacking off. They see bimbos like you around.
I'm so sorry.
Who's the idiot that let civilians on this ship? What the hell are you staring at? Slacker!
I've been waiting on that since I started this game. just, just straight up decks that man. Oh, thank you for the bits, Max. I appreciate that, man. Now you are the reigning champion. That is purple, and it looks absolutely terrible. Well, I don't really understand his deal, and he doesn't live long enough to really have a deal. So, spoilers, sorry. But I think they're referencing Vandercom, which is a character from Xenogears who had a blue cross on his face in a similar tattoo fashion.
Alan?
What do you mean, Alan? Don't act so surprised. Didn't you forget something important?
You forgot your 3-inch floppy.
It's dangerous wandering around in a daze like that.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just thinking about something.
That's not a good sign.
Are you alright?
Huh? Yeah. I'm just not myself today.
I'm going to admit, I don't quite have a good handle of everything that's going on in the story here, because I don't think it actually gets explained until the second or third game.
Alan, thanks for stepping in back there.
No. I should have spoken to the new guy earlier, so you don't need to thank me. But it would really help if you would try to understand their feelings more. I know everyone's still a little uneasy about Cosmos, but they've been pouring their hearts and souls into this project. They all want to see with their own eyes the end results of what they've been working so hard to complete. I feel the same way myself, you know?
I know that. It's just that
Chief, the incident, right?
Huh? Oh, I see. You're... Sorry, that's not quite it. Forget about it. It's nothing. Let's just hurry up and get Cosmos completed, okay? Oh. Who could that be?
More Realian maintenance? They really should stop calling you all the time. Technically, it's a violation of regulations for you to deal with other divisions. Besides, aren't they expecting you on the bridge?
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't want to brush them off. Besides, it's on the way, and I've got some time. See ya.
Oh. Ugh. I forgot to ask her out after work.
So there's some blurring in the terminology here. So Realians, I'm not really 100% on what their whole deal is. I just know that they're fake humans. I guess they're clones, maybe? Should bring the Realian service data with me. Left it in your room. Room is straight down the corridor. Cool. But so you have cyborgs who are part man, part machine. Realians who are artificial humans, or I guess clones would be a close approximation. And then you have androids, which is a different kind of artificial human. I don't know. If anybody in chat happens to know what the Realian deal is, that would really help. I totally feel you, Alan. Nah, I don't need to rest. I think she's good. Nothing like taking a nap when the captain summons you to the bridge. Okay. So we have a real MWS. Oh. I like the idea that whatever her weapon was in the Encephalon, which is, you know, like a virtual reality kind of a deal. It's just like, well, we made a real one because it was entertaining to us. And here you go. Just like the idea that they put that much effort into it. Or that they can put that much effort into it. It's also a nice story detail. Won't be able to go this way for a while. Says you. Oh. Well. I tried. It says the barrier. Yeah. Maybe this person will refresh my memory.
Hello, you rang?
My apologies, Miss Uzuki. It seems we're constantly in need of your help.
No problem, Lieutenant. I want everyone to be healthy and happy too, after all. So, what's the problem today?
Well, I'm trying to teach them some new battle algorithms to better reflect the unit's reorg. But the integration is not going very smoothly.
You're right. He's rejecting the data. Let's see.
Maybe it has to do with the level of sophistication. So that they are... Realians are technically androids, but they're not superior to humans. Be an interesting take on it, but... Okay. We'll check these people. Been studying fables and proverbs. I am unable to use them properly. And I am always being laughed at. Story of my life. Isn't the different people just Phantasy Star references? No. So Rialans are like elves. Now, Phantasy Star would have come out approximately at the same time as this. I don't know that it would have had influence on this. especially since they were trying to honor, yeah, the Xenogears title, but. Interesting. Functional impediments occurring when communicating with a certain person. Pulse becomes rapid. Oh. Unable to articulate well. Really, Shion? You wonder if it's an OS bug? Can you teach a robot to love? So, like, obviously they're programmed, so they're artificial in one regard or another, but they're the same as infants. Interesting.
Well, I've made some adjustments, but please contact 3rd Division once we return. I recommend they receive more intensive counseling soon.
I'll be sure to do so.
Counsel your robots.
You know, I'm really impressed. Providing Realian psych support on top of developing Cosmos? I hear even specialized counselors have a hard time...
Oh, I'm just making the most of what my mentor taught me. I'm glad I could be of help. Besides, I always wanted to work in the 3rd Division. Actually, I'm thinking about requesting a transfer once my current work's finished.
But Vector's first R&D division has the best researchers in the organization. Everyone knows not just anyone can get in there. Are you sure that you want to transfer?
Oh, yes. Besides, my family's always asking, how did you get assigned to the 1st Division? There must have been a mistake in the paperwork. Who knows? Maybe they're right. Besides, I want to learn so much more about them.
What's learning about them going to do for you?
Lieutenant Virgil.
Oi, this guy.
Their stench.
What?
It reeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, a rejected Metal Gear Solid character.
Their rotten odor out of my system. Can't you smell it? It makes me sick to my stomach.
Huh? What are you...
That's enough. You got your orders from the Lieutenant Commander, didn't you? One of the goals of this operation is to enhance combat support between the eggs and the new model Realians. And yet you're...
Support? Huh. In a battle against them? The last thing I want to worry about is supporting a bunch of untested, weapons-grade Realians.
Excuse me, but these people are highly qualified soldiers.
These people? You're treating equipment like people?
Oh, you really shouldn't say things like that. These people have the same intellect and emotions as us. And the Miltia Charter clearly spelled out the basic human rights of Realians when it was ratified in 4763.
What a load of crap. Get off your soapbox. You act noble and preach about humanity, but in the end, they're just equipment as far as your company's concerned. Or maybe more like merchandise.
We don't treat them anything like equipment or merchandise.
then why do you categorize them as weapons-grade realians?
The guy's face reminds me of how
more
precious
evidence do
Bubba
you
Burgers
need
were
than
in college.
Whatever you care to call them, they're nothing but tools of war. Besides, I know you're
Yo,
not
Bubba
seeing
Burgers are delicious, man.
You guys have an emergency override code to control them, don't you?
Virgil, why are you...
Huh? What do you want?
It is as you say, sir.
Yes, Wizard. This is the game where Cosmos came from.
And raised accordingly.
Welcome to here.
However, I take great pride in what I do.
She hasn't technically woken up yet, so you haven't missed
Pride
anything.
was not forced upon me. It is of my own free will.
And I apologize if I keep talking over the game.
Free will, huh? Well, good for you. You'd better just enjoy it while you can. The time will come soon enough when you'll realize what's going on. Just you wait.
Is he
Why are his mag pouches on his butt?
addict?
It's just a weird place for them. It gives him this strange waggle when he walks from behind. Save me? What?
My apologies, Ms. Uzuki.
Oh, right. Because Mag said wake me up inside. I'm sorry. Memes.
He wasn't always like that. But then something happened.
Is he an old acquaintance?
We were classmates at the military academy, and I've been stuck with him since then.
Isn't Telos from this series as well? He might be. I haven't played 2 and 3.
So that's why.
That does sound familiar.
You knew about that, huh? Then again, anyone planning to join the 3rd Division would know.
Well, I'm from Milsha.
Huh?
Of course, no one's allowed to go there anymore. My family moved to 2nd Milsha when they transferred the capital after the war. And my brother still lives there alone.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring back painful memories.
Oh, it's all right. After all, it's something we must never forget about. For our sake and theirs as well.
Need one of them to pull a Mortal Kombat and punch a hand through that man's chest.
Sorry, I'll come back to check
Oh,
on
just
it
you wait,
later.
Shadow.
Bye.
He has a much more enjoyable fate in store. And I know I keep, like, breaking the plot of the game, and I apologize, but... Oh. Well, first, we gotta play the crane game. Somebody effed up. And there's stuff everywhere. No, please don't call him Mr. Driller. Don't call anybody Mr. Driller. Yeah, that's the correct response, Shion. Only call Mr. Driller Mr. Driller. Isn't that what Rex is, with almost all blades being female? Hey. No. Yes. Operating a drill is not about reflexes or clever techniques. It's all about heart and the soul within. Passion for your drill will allow you to operate the drill as you wish. Okay, they have to know what they're doing here. There's a reason he wears a scuba suit. You guys are killing me today. Oh. Okay, moving the drill is a one-shot deal. Right, it's the crane game, but with a drill. I understand. Like, that's all you really had to say is it's the crane game that you find in like a Chuck E. Cheese parking lot. I mean, you guys know what I mean. Can I call Simon Mr. Driller? It's even more entertaining because he is oblivious to every blade hitting on him. Yeah, I mean, oblivious. Kind of. I got it. Let me do the thing. So we can get out of here. I feel like they could have fixed that car, but, I mean... Can we call Zeke Mr. Driller? Depends on the weapon he's using that day. Although I won't lie, the ether gun looks an awful lot like a drill sometimes. And he's the best ether gunner you can get. Oh, I might have missed here. Nope, it's generous. We're done here. You really understand the soul of a drill. I mean... Ah yes, a drill passport. License to drill wherever I want. I want a medkit. Sweet. You know some people ship him and Nia? I didn't need to know that. He's broken with Cosmos. Yes, he really is broken with Cosmos. That's why I put him on, or put her on him. And I now regret my word choice. Okay. Gnosis. Human database, keyword, etc. Amazing. How does a drill have a soul? I can't even begin to explain that to you. You don't even get a stuffed toy after that crane game. You're right, Renee's. I feel put out. Just terribly. I did get a med kit, though. It's a little strange. I feel like I'm in an FPS. Yes, FBI, I have someone I need to report.
Nanomachine, son!
Quiet, you. Is this any... No, this is the same email. I was trying to leave this email. Oh wait, there's a... Oh, I already downloaded the attachment. It's fine. Where does one get a soundboard? There's a number of free ones that you can find. The one I like to use is Sound Plant, and it has a free trial, so you can use it up to 25 times. Or you can open the program 25 times, and then you have to give them money, or don't tell anybody I told you this. You can save your key map, and then you just uninstall the excuse me. You uninstall the program and then install like the last version of the program, and you don't have to deal with that. Oh, you're definitely calling the police now? Oh, come on. Who are you and what are you doing in this room? You're truly a trash in a dunghill. That's right, trash. Even Homer sometimes bobs. Even Homer sometimes nods. Yes. You need to rethink your life. I was hoping there'd be more useful things in here. Hey look, it's not my fault if they offer a free trial for their software on every different version of their software. Alright? The underscore in my name hides my true nature as a narc. Mr. Cunningham is one of the only people who bought WinRAR after the 30-day trial. Yeah, I do kind of need your key, don't I? I wonder if I'll get your key in the future. I do hope you're not attached to it. Investigating planetary disappearances and recovering flotsam? Really? You're sick of the fact that a planet frickin' up and disappeared, and that doesn't bother you in any way, shape, or form. Okay. I get a soundboard and set it all to all screaming people, so when I stream I don't need to yell when angry. I mean...
Good luck.
What about memes? Oh, Sergeant Swain. You beautiful man. Give me your secrets. Oh no, he said nanomachines.
Nanomachines, son.
Oh, I thought we were past this. Has a tendency to create useless corridors with locks. These pose no real harm, so it's been kept under wraps. Okay, but like you're building a building and your build program just starts making secret rooms. You don't feel like that's cause for concern? Did I ask a video game character for his secrets to look young? No, that's not what I I did already find a door. Found 2 doors. Can I not? I can't open this door yet. Okay. Alright. The secret is cell shading? Is that the joke that they're making, Mr. C? That went right over my head. If that is. Come join us for a friendly game. I don't want this game. It's so weird. We're gonna play tag. I don't like this game. It's super creepy. Just F off. F off, I'm busy. You better not catch me. He's super pissed. Ah! Yes, good. Alright. That guy just told me I got the moves. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that there's anything that I can miss. I can see why people have been telling me to play the newest Doom until the next one comes out. Have people been telling you to play Doom? A couple people have been. Interesting. An eggs capsule. Alright, so you can hold a robot in the palm of your hand and just deploy it as necessary. That's alright. Well, yeah, it's like Dragon Ball space compression technology. I understand. Speak to person in chair. There you go. Fear Effect aged fairly well. Looks wise for a PS1 game. What was Fear Effect? What you got? Guess that's all he really has. That's not a lot. Bunch do the characters look different when they change gear in this game? Unfortunately, no, Wizard, they don't. Okay, they're announcing a workaround model soon, so Vector's sending us prototypes. If you're interested, come back later. Alright, I will. I will come back later so I can destroy all the things. Not you! I was not trying to talk to you. Yes, you know, stop talking to me. Let me leave. I miss Xenogears where you can just run away from conversations. Am I supposed to be up here? I don't even know. I think I'm supposed to go to the bridge. Yeah, not right now. You sound like me in real life. Running from conversations. I can respect that. Sadly, in most JRPGs, usually you have to be happy with just the weapon appearances changing. I don't even think they do that in this. Well, some of them do. Like, certain characters get entirely different weapons. But then, certain other characters, like, someone who hasn't been introduced yet, he will never have a different weapon because his weapon is his fists. So, which that I can respect to a certain extent, but there's a box in there. Where is the bridge? I don't remember enough of the Woglinde to be able to find the bridge. Whenever I look at this switch, I hear a voice. Press me. Hurry up and press me. I dare you to press me. Can't you hear it too? Yeah, it's my own voice. Oh, good. Excellent. To the bridge. Let's railroad the plot. I mean, he doesn't get a new patch on his jacket each time he changes his weapon? He doesn't? Well, does he? I didn't know. That would be pretty cool if he did, but... You're 10 minutes late. It's no wonder that your research is behind schedule. Dude, I could have taken like 6 naps. You should be glad I made it here at all.
I see. I understand the basic specs. So, where's the actual field data?
Well, it's not quite ready. All I can provide today is up to A7.
So you don't have it?
Well, we'll begin testing with a mock-up unit very soon. But the system is still a little unstable and...
Aren't you just making excuses?
Also, yes.
Listen, Chief Uzuki. Why do you think you're on this ship? Think about that for a moment. This fleet may be newly outfitted, but it was assembled under major time constraints. And we have eggs units, but the 100 series observational units that go with them aren't available until later. What would happen if by some chance we were attacked by those things? I don't think I need to describe the outcome to you. The purpose of Cosmos deployment was to address this issue. Or am I mistaken?
No, sir.
Listen, you're not in a laboratory anymore. You're on a warship. This is a battlefield. Cosmos was supposed to be our frontline defense here, and now you're telling us it hasn't even woken up yet. There's no point in having a weapon that can't even get out of bed. That thing's only meaningful to us when it's fully operational. Why can't you—
Let it go, Commander. These people are working under serious time constraints. Just like our own squadron. Besides, they're only one step away from actual field testing. In the end, we all want to see this operation completed without having to resort to that thing. Don't we?
Of course, Captain. But I believe we...
I believe you have a phone call.
Is there a problem?
No. Something urgent's come up. If you'll excuse me.
That's the best excuse you have for the captain?
I don't know.
Well, never mind. That's enough for today, Chief Uzuki. Let me know if any new developments arise.
I'm sorry we failed to meet your expectations.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. What's important to us is how reliable the system is once we start using it. Rushing the project won't get us anywhere. So just calm down and take as much time as you need. The government's funding it all anyway, right? You must be tired. Take the rest of the day off.
It's a nice way of saying, I apologize that my second in command is a complete tool bag. Also, I really love the design of this bridge with a giant elevator shaft in the center, in the back center of it. It's like, I need to leave the bridge. The elevator's not here. I was like, well, I also need to die. Oh, now I have to go to the eggs hangar. Okay. You know, like, in comparison to so many other JRPGs that just have music all the time, everywhere, this is really unsettling because it's building the calm before the storm. Although after the fact, it's just the unnerving quiet. But, oh wait, you're the VR person. It's this guy. I have to talk to this guy. Again, I think. Dang it. I'm here to pick that thing up. Maybe this guy has it. I don't remember. You don't have it either, do you? The music makes you think something bad is going to happen. I mean... yeah. Oh, there, here we go. Okay. Package. Awesome. I have an MWS now. What, oh, it's like, camera, please, follow me. Should go rest in my room for a while. I don't remember where your room is, lady. I'm not sure if she's running or skating. That is a good point. It is very close. It is like it is midway between the two. Where do I live again? Somebody help me out here. Okay, well I went around in the circle. I think I just have to go this way. I'm sure the game has given me a map, and I just don't know how to access it, or I don't remember. Oh, this is where the barrier was before. Awesome. I kind of know where I am now. You look like you're waiting to die. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. I'm afraid there's no excuse for the fatalities that occurred during the recovery. However, we can...
That's a trivial matter. Forget it. The problem is that those people touched the Zohar and then vanished. And, in addition to that, you're still transporting it while exposed to normal space. Because of that, we've had to move the plan up 2 phases. We can't have the Zohar falling into the government's hands.
2 phases? But why are you...
We picked up local UMN activity on our EPR radar. The fleet is column jumping towards the position of your convoy. They'll cross your vector in 5 hours, 22 minutes.
No, it can't be. Them?
I told you, you've made a grave mistake. We dispatched reinforcements an hour ago. So keep it safe at all costs until they arrive.
Will they make it in time?
Just keep it safe until they arrive.
That means no.
You have to send it into hyperspace by itself. Fortunately for you, your ship is carrying that weapon. I don't know what Vector's up to, but take advantage of the situation if you can.
Excuse me, sir, but they haven't even started field testing it yet. It's too risky.
You, of all people, should be cognizant of its power. I don't care if it's unstable. Make them hurry.
But sir...
That is all.
Commander, wait! Commander Margulis!
Yes, he was referring to Cosmos. Also, thankfully, Shion's taking a nap, so we can skip that 5 hours and 22 minutes.
Like I told you before, I can't go anywhere until my project stabilizes. Don't you remember?
You know how long you've been saying that? I haven't seen you for 2 years now. You could at least come home for our parents' memorial. Where's your sense of filial duty?
Memorial? Oh, come on. Why are you trying to resurrect obscure ancient rituals? Wait a minute. You've been reading those weird old books again, haven't you? I swear you're so obsessed with those precious books of yours.
That is none of your business, thank you very
What's wrong
much.
with reading books?
How many times must I tell you not to quibble about my way of life?
What do you mean, way of life? All that stuff's just a stupid old hobby for you. Just remember, don't expect me to take you in when you're old, senile, and all alone.
That's terribly rude of you, Shion. Don't worry about me. Just promise me you'll come home this year, okay? If you don't...
All right, when I get some time off. Look, gotta run. See ya.
Hey, wait! I'm not going to let you dodge the question again. Hello? Hello?
Honestly, I wish he'd consider my feelings for a change.
Yep, take that cat nap. Everyone can take care of themselves.
Good night.
You know, most people would be really unnerved by this. Oh, hey. I know who that is. After playing some Silent Hill 2 recently and now seeing this, I feel that video game designers don't really know how fog works. Just in general, or...
What the? You're all still here?
Hey, how's it going? We're trying to pinpoint today's problem, among other things. What about you?
No, Commander Cherenkov gave me a piece of his mind earlier.
Ouch. Glad to see you survived. That guy's relentless.
You act like a bunch of college kids. And what, is Vector run by a Girl Scout?
He just went on and on.
Man, that's just not right.
Seriously. But it isn't right to have the chief taking all the heat. Still, I wonder why he seemed so nervous.
Now exiting the asteroid field.
That's excellent. Prepare to gate jump.
Aye, aye, Captain. All ships entering approach. 19 minutes, 30 seconds to
Well,
column area.
it's about time.
UMN, pulse received.
Current coordinates locked. Transfer vector correction to 103. Target Athens column. Captain, a warning signal.
It can't be. Is it them?
No, sir. The detection system is silent. How's it look on your side?
Nothing over here either. Are you sure it's not an error?
No, it's not. What is this?
What's going on?
Sir, I don't think an external source is causing this warning signal.
Then what's causing it?
I'll run a search.
Somebody pressed some buttons they shouldn't have.
I've pinpointed the anomaly. It's inside the ship, Sector 3. It's Cosmos.
That's impossible! Hey, what the hell's going on?
I don't know. It all happened so quickly. We're checking it out right now.
Cosmos warning status, level 1. The bindings are off. Damn it! It's booting up on its own.
The countdown has started as well.
What the hell? Why all of a sudden?
Oh, this music.
Countdown? How can that be?
Currently, we are at emergency level 3. This circuit is reserved for Class A and B users only. Class C users, please try your call again later. Once again, currently we are at emergency level 3.
Come on!
This circuit
Why
is
now of
reserved
all
for
times?
Class A and B users
Someone
only.
activate
Class C
Cosmos?
users, please try your call again later. Once again,
Wait, that's impossible. Cosmos isn't supposed to wake up unless I enter the activation code from this terminal. That's the failsafe we integrated. This can't be happening. Not again.
It's really dark. You guys can kind of see what's going on.
Oh no, what is it now?
What is it now?
Detecting a large-scale spatial distortion ahead of us. An enormous mass is gating out.
Impossible. We're still outside the column area. That's...
The UMN geodesic structure is being breached.
The target! It appears to be interacting with the UMN somehow!
It's being hacked! That's possible?
Massive gravity fluctuations! Surface anomalies forming in space-time!
Impossible! That defies all laws of physics!
Shooting mass. The numbers are completely inconsistent. I can't get a clear reading. Whatever it is, it's huge!
The amplitude! The hell? It's like a tidal wave! The readings are increasing! It's entering normal space! Captain!
Captain!
Straight ahead! There it is!
Gnosis!
Going into battle without an eggs unit. What brave little soldiers they are. Brings tears to my eyes. Well, let's see how they do as shields.
Well, this seems to be going well. Not sure how many rounds he was willing to fire there before putting the message, before getting the message guns don't work. Yeah, about that. Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. Well...
Get out of my
I don't have the ability to flee this, do I? Eh, punch it. Oh, that doesn't work. Just draw them into our world. Right. Are those Telthia? I'm not sure what that is. Appreciate that you get that first one for free. Yes, Shion. Good observation. Dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but that man is dead. This seems unnecessary. Okay, so we have to play the evade game. Oh! Run! Oh, there's nothing actually in here. That's disappointing. I was trying to get in here earlier. Here, watch some TV. Distract yourself. There you go, buddy. This is probably a good place to save it. Girlfriend went out there unarmed. Yeah, she's probably dead. I mean, at least she was smarter than you. Or, well, no. Other way around. Yeah, she totally dead. Seems unfair that you can't touch them, but they can touch you. It's like a strip club, but with more death. That is a perfect analogy. And then he got so mad that he left. Because why not? Should hurry and find someone. You found all kinds of people. Most of them are just dead.
Can't we stop it? It's no use. It's not responding.
Cosmos is starting up an auto mode.
Huh? Wait a sec. We disabled that mode after the incident. Only the Chief's terminal can enable it. Damn it. Why now? Unless it's reacting to Gnosis. Where's the Chief?
She should be heading this way, but the regular UMP channels are congested and I can't reach her.
And the emergency line?
I'm trying it now.
I don't know. The power just suddenly... Huh?
Huh? What?
Dry ice. Nice touch. Yes, hide behind Alan. Surely he will save you. I'd be okay with the rest of the game being shown from her visor. I mean, you're not wrong. It would be interesting, but I feel like you'd miss a lot of context because there are more characters than just her in this game.
Emergency program activated. This program will override all safety protocols and open the outer hatch. Attention all personnel. Area depressurization will commence.
I enjoy that they have airlocks with a one-button push. That seems safe, right? I still don't have my thing to break things. I thought they gave that to me. I'm coming back for that treasure box later. Might be a bad idea. Gonna do it anyway. Actually, you're the shop dude, right? Give me some escape kits. Nope? No chance? Okay. Why am I here again? You. Hopefully you're useful. No, he's dead. Okay. And you then. You are also dead. Why did I come in here? The best ideas are mostly bad ones. Yeah. Can't really argue with that. Ooh, when we played tag with. Oh. Now I have to go back in there. Sequences. You have the thing I need? No, you don't. I really hope you have the thing I need, because I'm not getting it from a dead guy. There we go. Yes, I know all about that. You go away for an hour and you're in 3rd bit place. Welcome back, Interceptor. Escape pack. Give me like 20 of them. Escape packs are the greatest item in any JRPG. I am still going. Well, thank you. I mean, we're about to get to the really good parts. I mean, this is more of a movie than it is a game to me. Ah! Please don't catch me. I want to live. Yes. Oh no. Sergeant Swain, you were too beautiful for this world. Okay, that's not the job of a soldier, alright? You're not supposed to die. You're supposed to accomplish things. And then you can die. Then you have permission. I don't think any of you have accomplished anything today. Other than throwing bullets at things that are not weak to bullets. So perhaps that does make it a little worse. Awesome. In the future, can we have furniture installations that we can just destroy and put secret items in them? He did just give you a right robot arm. Yes, he did, but... yeah, gross. Gotta find another route. Alright. Fine then. Let's go this way. Oh, I love this cutscene. I'll be quiet.
Walking around like it owns the place. It's moving around randomly. Looks like it's alone. This isn't so.
Renee's, certain sequences are censored. Like, not all cutscenes, but just random ones that makes no difference because the rest of the game still has a lot of blood in it, so why did they even bother?
Damn it!
It's a really good thing that you're all bad at your jobs.
What are you doing here? What are we doing? What the hell do you think you're doing running around like an idiot? We thought you were a Gnosis.
Look, I've got my own problems to deal with. Here I am getting attacked by the Gnosis. I'm getting lost at every turn and don't give me a hard time right now.
What the hell? Lost? You're the idiots who built this ship.
I'm not with the fleet design department. I wouldn't know a thing about ships.
We're on DEFCON 1 alert.
Stormtroopers would be embarrassed by that display.
Well, I've got an emergency. I'm worried about Cosmos.
What the hell is Cosmos? Ah, never mind. Deal with it later. Just get to a shelter and stay put.
Also, what you doing, Dark?
Believe me, if I could, I would.
Then why don't you?
I just told you, Cosmos is...
Ah, shut up!
Hey! They're coming! Get back!
Lieutenant! What? You think I'm deaf or something? You... What the... Hey, you! Get away from the wall!
Maybe you guys shouldn't have built your robots out of explodium. He just hit him with a scooter.
Are you okay?
They got a good deal on the explodium.
We need to get out of here. Just go down this corridor past Section E to the hangar. You know about the escape pods there, don't you? Well, that's where they are. Please use one and abandon ship immediately.
And you and the others?
We'll hold them off here. You've got to hurry.
I can't do that. I can't just run off by myself. We'll have to leave together.
Remember what we were made for. Please. It's all right. This is what we were born to do.
But you...
You! What do you think you're doing? Get back here and engage the enemy!
Take care.
Again, I told you guys, like, the censoring of this game was so, well, it was so poorly taken. Because, again, the beginning of the game, there's all this ridiculous stuff happening. Ooh, shiny. He's dead. I would like his keycard. Awesome. Let's get his stuff. We'll hold them off with our sacrificial bodies because our guns sure don't work. I don't know what that is. That looked like a... like an eggs part, probably. Because of all the letters. And I can't access my eggs, which is awesome. Now I want eggs. Thanks, Punch. You're welcome, Max. I also really enjoy how it's like, there's a war going on out there, but I can take a nap. A nap sounds good right about now. Nap does sound good. Sorry, at like, 11 at night. That's no longer a nap. That is sleep, my friend.
Delta
Delta sector has gone silent. Fire control net. Functionality down to 20%.
Fire control! What's going on down there? Take out the mothership!
We can't! We're too close to fire the cannons!
There's a breach in the reactor room.
Emergency core shutdown. Switch to reserves.
Aeg's losses have exceeded 70%.
Our reinforcements?
I'm trying! This is a cruiser Woglinde with the 117th Marine Division. We're engaged with the Gnosis. Coordinates KX417, Y009, Z735. Requesting immediate reinforcements. Repeat, this is the crew...
Captain, it must be...
No question about it. They're after that thing.
Launching drive down. Fire in section F.
Damn! Where's our first officer? What happened to Cherenkov?
Cherenkov jumped ship. Or he's, well, alright. He's actively jumping ship. You headed to bed, Interceptor? Alrighty. Have a good night.
I can't locate him.
Is this Star Trek 4? No. We're not saving the whales. We have to destroy the whales. Okay, yeah. At least it is an even number Star Trek. But there goes the bridge.
What's the status?
We've connected the main field generator and this block's sub-reactor. It'll only hold for 3 minutes, but we can move this ship under power.
Bypass connection to the logic drive secured. You can take control from this terminal.
That's fine. Good work.
Commander, I object. Purging this entire block and executing a gate jump is suicide. You know as well as I do what happens when a human body enters hyperspace unprotected.
All that matters is that we get this to the commander. We'll be at the next column area in a matter of minutes. There's no time. Get in the pod and evacuate with the others.
But Commander, the Gnosis are swarming all over the place. We won't stand a chance even if we do evacuate. We should accompany you.
Listen. The Gnosis are insignificant. They are nothing compared to what'll happen if it awakes. As soon as you launch the escape pod, inject yourself with 8 milligrams of Dig-Beta. You'll fall into a temporary near-death state, but that'll keep them from noticing you. Reinforcements from Central Command will arrive in a few hours. You must survive until then, or my death will be for nothing.
Commander!
Go now.
Also, you have a big X on your face, so you're automatically wrong in all things.
Damn it! Our weapons are useless!
Yet you continue shooting.
Like those other bastards! An FAE? No!
Is that fire area effect? Or was it a friggin' awesome explosion? I think it was the second one. Max, this might actually predate Final Fantasy Spirits Within. I could be wrong.
What do I do? I gotta stop them. There's gotta be a way. But how?
Spirits Within is first by a year. Okay, but the development of this would predate that. I feel like.
What are you doing? Give that back!
Quit your whining. I'll give it right back. Hey, they're based on the 508 series, right?
So what if they are?
It's been almost 14 years now, since I returned from Milsha, that is. Out in the fields, I took apart so many of them to get what I was looking for. It was a lot of work, you know. What with that dual-stage protection they got and all.
Dual stage? Lieutenant, you consumed their neuro...
But of course, they were quite delicious. That's when I found out about the control code. It's quite a convenient function you put in there.
I'm sorry, it's how he said it.
That's right. I'm going to have these marionettes hold off the Gnosis for us. Just like this.
No, he doesn't have time to monologue, but he's going to do it anyway.
Stop it! What do you think they are? This is a clear violation of...
Of their rights? That's for peacetime, lady. You think I don't know the Milshan Charter? Milshan Charter, Article 4, Paragraph 13. Weapons-grade Realians are required to be equipped with a remotely accessible behavioral limit and self-destruct system in case of emergency or malfunction. Use of these functions will be determined by the senior officer in charge of the situation. Am I right?
Yes, but it's still morally reprehensible.
Well, that time is now. And I am the conductor. I intend to make full use of my orchestra.
Stop it! You have no right to play God with their lives! Using them as pawns! I won't let you do this!
So what are you gonna do about it? Tell me, why haven't you disabled that function? Sure, it's factory loaded, but you of all people shouldn't have any trouble removing it. Since you care about them so much, all it would take is a little tweak, and they'd be free as birds. And yet you don't. Why not?
Because company protocol
Exactly. It's protocol. In other words, you're just like me, bound by that protocol. We're the ones that give them a reason to live. Am I wrong?
But
That's the difference between us and them. Am I wrong?
He keeps asking, am I wrong?
So why not give it to them? A meaning to their pitiful existence.
If you have to ask that many times, then the answer is yes.
Son of a bitch! Out of the way! Move!
I feel like he just got slapped out of phase.
going on.
You
Just
can't.
you wait. Keep doing
Tomorrow
this,
she's finally going to wake up. I'm looking forward to
Morning,
seeing her come to
Cosmos.
life, but
How do you feel?
There's no point in having a weapon that can't even get out of
It's
bed.
all right. This is what we
So
were born
why
to
not
do.
give it to
Take
them?
care.
A meeting to their...
All right.
Do you feel sad or anything? What's this girl doing here? Seen her before? Not safe there. Run. Run away. It's no use. My voice. Oh, well, I'm going to die anyway.
Chief, are you all right?
What are you doing here?
Cosmos helped everyone escape. They're all on the training ship. Now we need to get you out of here.
Cosmos? What? The Hilbert effect!
Renee, I'll answer your question in a second.
What is that?
Cosmos!
I don't believe it.
Ugh, the Gatling sound effect is still so puny. My only complaint on this sequence. What do you mean, why does she need to blink? To avoid the uncanny valley,
Xion.
you know?
Yes?
We will now proceed to Hangar 1. There is a 99.998% probability that the Gnosis target is the object stored in that hangar. My assigned duties are to verify and preserve the integrity of that object, and to protect the
Also
Vector
regular
staff
cleaning of
members.
your, visual lenses.
I...
Yeah, there you
Light
go.
pods are located
Renee's
on
got
the
it. Clean the
second
blood
level
off
of
the
hangar.
lenses.
Please use one to escape.
Cosmos.
Chief!
You look less than friendly.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
Punch it! That did nothing. Reaction to the ether attack. Oh. Okay, so it counters ether. love that laugh he does before shooting. But so, Renee, so are there any connections between these games and Xenogears? There's actually a ton of them. They give you a glimpse of Abel at the end of this one. The little girl that Shion keeps seeing bears an uncanny resemblance to Ellie. What am I doing here? Avoiding ether, I think. It's got 500 health. That's not too bad. Yeah, but then of course there's, you know, the Zohars and Zohars plural. I mean, there's a lot. Like it's ridiculously deep in terms of lore. So, and I don't know all of it because I haven't finished all these games. But we're gonna find out. You know what? I just realized this isn't gonna fix her problem. Ah, well. It'll postpone. There you go, Shion. Get in a nice 2 damage. Let's see, 191. Let's see if we can just end it. Please don't tell me he gets an attack for every one of these. Because that would be stupid. Nope. Oh! That's friendly. It won't if he's dead, yeah. That would be ideal. We'll see if we can get there. Nice! And I get double points.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be clean.
I like the idea that they give Virgil points. It's funny in a way. I mean, I assume he's about to die. Of course, Shadow. There we go. Prototype eggs. PX 10,000. Yes, I know how to use the eggs. She will actually be useful in combat now. Oh, you can do dual guns. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, right. Got it. Well... I have no additional augmentations for these, but it's fine. I just realized Shion has no health. What am I doing? Good enough. Well, you can have some too. So can she. That's fine.
Hilbert effect active. Gnosis materialization complete.
90. I don't think I'm gonna get 90 out of this. Maybe I will. Woo! Alright. "91, indeed. Very impressed. Let's see here. Forget about the order for these things, but I'm just gonna start killing stuff because it's easier. Oh, well, this is all overkill then. By like a factor of 2. Oops. Please don't let it be his turn next. Damn it. I wanted the points.
Who would have thought one of Miyuki's inventions?
Yeah, it's fine. I can farm points at another time.
Bulkhead lockdown deactivated. Passageway will now open. Please use caution near the opening doors.
Love the detail that went into that sequence. Oh, I'll have address 18. Go figure. Something about being level 4 after 3 hours in the game. That's how you know you found a winner.
Your orders, Shion?
Just kill it. It's fine. You haven't exactly been given enemies to fight until this point, now have you? Well, yeah. I mean, you're right. You can jump into the Encephalon and just grind in there for a while if you want, but there's really no point to doing that. At least not so early on. This game is super heavy on plot. They had a hell of a story to tell.
The enemies have been exterminated.
Really? No items? Alright. Disappointed. I feel like this isn't the way I'm supposed to be going. But, screw it. Hey. Thank you. That didn't work, did it? Worth a shot.
Covert effect active. Gnosis materialization complete. The enemies have been exterminated.
Let's go to the bridge. Oh. Okay.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
I don't want to talk about what these things look like, because I know it's really disconcerting. The worst part is, smacking them is better. In terms of damage. Oh, they really don't like him. I'm okay with it.
Charging our blade.
I just really want to know what the development team was thinking here. Switching to battle mode. That doesn't sound good. Just kill it. Kill it.
All systems clear.
I'm wondering whether or not it's worth it to heal Virgil, but you found it. You found Boo Blazer. Please don't. You need a nicer way of representing that phrase. I'm not watching that. Alright, we've been here. What am I doing here again? Alright, I like stuff. Why did you feel the need to go looking for this, Shadow? Out of sheer curiosity. Uh-oh. I think we need to leave. Yeah, we need to leave. Like, right now. Oh, this is awful. Well, at least he's dead. But, yeah, I'm probably gonna die. If I don't, get some healing juice. Oh yeah, that's real good. Nice, a nice 50. Ugh. Well, I am going to kill them. It's just going to take a bit of work. Legit, the video isn't bad. It's from a Capcom game. Oh, yeah, I mean, like... Cosmos has appeared in multiple places. Over the years. Same with Xenogears characters, actually, but less often. But she does have a chest laser. That is better. I appreciate that. This is not going to be enough damage. Come on. Go 60. Soft 59. Nice! Get out of my airspace. 10 points. 10 times the points. Whatever. Acceptable. The game keeps throwing escape packs at me. I wonder why. But I've been here and I've destroyed all this stuff. I don't want to fight you. Fine. We'll do this thing. Just don't be awful. That's not awful. I can deal with that. I think my goal in this playthrough is to be able to beat the final boss without relying on the robot. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm still going to get the robot. I just don't want to have to rely upon it.
My external appearance is down 5%.
But it's rude not to get the robot, because it's obvious that they spent such a tremendous amount of time creating that attack sequence. It's a thing of beauty. Can I not get... Oh, there we go. Obtain 200G. When did I do that? Give me the box. 2 Veil. I don't know what that is. I don't remember what that is. Now that I look at it, it's more like a chest bubble than a laser. See, now I actually have to look. I'll look after I'm done streaming for tonight. Excuse me. Decoder 18. Oh. Nope, nope, nope. I'm leaving. Damn it.
Your orders, Xian?
Alright, 90 health. I can take this guy. I can't take this guy. Oh, he can take this guy. Sweet.
My external appearance is down 5%.
I enjoy how 4 times the points of nothing is still basically nothing.
Get out of my way, or else...
All systems clear.
Oh. Dang it. Didn't get the chance to slip past him.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
Oh, not you guys again. You're awful. Tell you what. Why don't I actually use one of these?
Good.
Can't see. What's happening? Ship control monitors are broken. That's disappointing. Kinda feel like I should have bought more medkits.
Cosmos, let's go.
That guy really enjoys his gun. Dang it. Ah well.
All systems clear. Gilbert effect active. Gnosis materialization complete.
I know I don't have to fight everything, but screw it, why not?
The enemies have been exterminated.
Sure. I'll take that. Obtained coat lightning. I don't remember. Ah, okay. Reduces lightning type damage. Okay. Dexterity and evade are super important for her. She does need the physical defense, which is why she has bonus stuff. Still can't improve any of her stats. I'm gonna leave that hot mess alone.
Disabling auto safety. Destroy all targets.
I really don't feel like fighting these guys, so I'm out.
Good.
Even with all the boosting that I could do. Don't feel like it. Excuse me. You just sit there on fire? That's fine. At least we're getting closer to the cargo hold. This seems less than ideal. Another critical. Nice. Free revives. That doesn't bode well. Here we go.
Damn it! Not now! Will my death be for nothing?
Who gave Ellen a gun? Who thought this was a good idea?
What the? What are you people doing here? Gnosis!
Excuse me. The casual turnaround to firing a Gatling gun, yes. Okay, who gave Shion a gun? That's not a good idea either. Not even mad, you were definitely in the way.
This ship is about to capsize. Please make haste.
Wait, Cosmos. Cosmos, do you understand what you've just done?
My assigned duty is to protect Vector employees. Protection of military personnel is not part of my prime directive.
That's no excuse! You have no right to go about killing people! Why did you shoot Lieutenant Virgil? With your power, you don't have to sacrifice anyone to—
At that time, Lieutenant Virgil was in my direct line of fire. Any changes in my firing position to avoid Lieutenant Virgil while protecting you would have resulted in a 30% depreciation in my offensive capabilities. On the other hand, with the Lieutenant's death, there would only be a 0.2% drop in efficacy. I simply chose the option with the highest probability to keep you alive.
It's hard to argue with math.
Furthermore, the escape pod has a maximum capacity of 2 occupants. I believe it is obvious who gets priority.
How can you even say that? Have you no conscience?
Shion, you forget I am not human. I am merely a weapon. You, of all people, should be well aware of that fact. What is your decision? Will you board the escape pod, or will you not board the escape pod? If you wish to express remorse for his death, it is best that you survive. Otherwise, you will render his death meaningless.
Come on, Chief. Let's go.
That looks like a problem.
Disabling auto safety. Destroy all targets.
Shion, get in your robot. Please. I don't even know what I'm supposed to shoot here first. Probably the little guys. Oof. It's still a gnarly effect. How many turns do you guys get? Holy crap. Just kill it. Make it go away. Thank you, Cosmos. The only person who's gotten to move so far. What am I even looking at here? Oh, there we go. There's some real damage. Although I fear the robot's gonna go down real quick. If she's a robot, why did she need breast physics? She doesn't have breast physics. She'd better not have breast physics. I'm gonna choose guard. Now, you know what? Let's just shoot this guy. Ooh, that is some nice damage. She does, sadly. Oh, well, I wasn't looking. So thanks for looking out for me, Max. I appreciate that. Oh, sweet, that did like nothing. I wasn't looking on purpose. You take that back. I refuse to take that back. Gathering strength in order to fire gravity pulse. Well, that just sounds bad. What am I doing here? Wrong button. There we go. Shoot it. Please don't kill me. That really stung. $215 health. Screw it, we'll try the shot. Solid 100. Not bad. Please don't gather strength. I don't need that in my life. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's literally nothing else I can do here. And he gets the crit turn. Okay, well.
Shutting down.
Shion can't get out of her frickin' suit or whatever. Alright. Cool. Thanks, game. This is gonna happen a lot. Because this game is not forgiving. I'm sure there was something that I wasn't doing. Like, I don't know. Healing. Before I went into that battle. Are you kidding me? The last time I saved was going up that way. Ah! Well, tell you guys what. I've been streaming for almost 9 hours straight. I think I'm going to call it here for the night. I'll take that loss as a sign of I need to go away. So, thank you guys for hanging out. It's always awesome. And now I'm doing Xenogears and Xenosaga at the same time, because I just apparently can't get enough of this series. So, y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all later.